Listen, you don't know the real reason you find it hard to go to the gym? You don't know the real reason? It's because you decided to, stay up. It's because you decided to watch those videos that you know you shouldn't be. It's because you decided you're gonna play video games really, really, really late. And now your sleep's all messed up, so when you get up, yeah, no wonder you don't want to. You're gonna be even more tired. It's because you decided you're gonna pick up the phone and talk to that girl that doesn't even really respect you and is just talking to you for the attention. It's because you decided to talk to those friends, that think you're sort of weird for, going to the gym or whatever it is, or trying to, improve yourself because it's a little corny or whatever. It's because you decided to listen to people who would not know anything about, getting into a better position or getting into how to be fit because all they've been eating like is dog shit and they pretend they know because they're older than you, but they don't know anything at all. That's the real reason. It's not that you don't have good motivations, because you do. You understand that it's good for you already. I don't need to sit around and tell you that. You can find countless studies, you can find countless information. You already understand that, so I don't need to go over that. You already know what it could do for you. You already know that it could possibly build a really, really good physique for you. And I say possibly because I understand you've never been in that position, so you wouldn't necessarily know what it could do for you. It seems kind of fake or surreal, like it couldn't happen, like you can't imagine you being the one in that position. I get it. But it's these little things that affect your mental health, which is why you spend all night trying to sleep, but you can't because again, you're waiting for this girl to text you that you know isn't going to. And that's why you cry in the shower, you don't show it because you're really really broken, you know what I mean? Like and I get it, that it's okay. Sometimes we're in that position, but and sometimes we feel like all the work that we're putting in is not going to amount to anything, and it feels like we've just been suffering for so long. We got to understand something, right? The scary thoughts that you're having about changing your life, that feeling that you have of feeling like shit, it's not happening because you're thinking about, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, and you feel unsure about it, and you feel like it's not gonna go that well, or you're not gonna get results, or that you're gonna feel like shit. It's because what you're doing in the moment makes you feel like shit. Do you understand? Think about it, right? You haven't even really delved deep into those habits that are going to help you or improve your life, or make you the best version of yourself, whatever that may be, right? you know a lot of this high speak that a lot of people do, I guess including myself, you know what I mean? But you haven't even indulged yourself in even one of those habits to know what it feels like, and you think you're gonna feel bad somehow. Do you understand? It's because of the life you're living right now. It's because of your habits right now that make you feel bad. And I know that sounds so obvious, but like, think about it. The reason you don't feel like going is because you literally sat down and did something you're not programmed to do. You sat around in your house all day, no lights coming through your goddamn window. You're on the TV just sitting there like a bum, even though you're designed to move around. Why do you think you feel like shit? How do you think it's gonna feel like shit to go to the gym? Or that you're gonna somehow feel, bad, or it's not gonna work out or whatever. A lot of these limiting beliefs come from the lifestyle that you're living right now. You're trying so hard to think that this isn't gonna work out and predict some sort of future that you haven't even experienced yet. You haven't even tried to live through. How would you know how it feels to wake up early? You haven't been doing it. So my question to you is, like, if you feel like shit doing what you're doing right now, why not just give the alternative a chance and maybe you might feel better? Why do you keep abusing yourself? And I promise you, I'm not telling you to change all your life around, because that's also a trick that the brain plays on us. It goes, you're either going to do nothing at all, sit on that couch, do what you've been doing, watch the videos that you shouldn't be, texting the girls that is not going to respond to you, you're not going to get any attention from anyway, you know. So you'll just be satisfied at looking at her pictures or whatever. How about instead of trying to think about how it's not gonna work out or whatever it is, how about you actually just do it and then see? You know what I mean? Because as far as I know, I'll tell you what. From the countless gym sessions that I've had, thousands and thousands, I have never felt worse after one. Never. And guess what? You know what's crazy? I am just like you. I'm I'm probably as degenerate, maybe even started off more as a degenerate than you did, you know? And I'm telling you, life just gets so much better and so much more peaceful once you start to do stuff like this, where you just come out, you look at the sun for a little bit, you walk around, put some headphones in. Life gets so much better when you decide, you're going to, instead of talking to that girl, you're going to ask, instead of watching those videos, you're going to sit down, you're going to sit on the prayer mat and just talk to God. Just talk. Just say what's on your mind. Say how you've been really feeling. Life gets better when you realize that you don't have to be this emotionless man that everybody tells you, oh, stoic, oh, disciplined, don't feel, no, nothing, no, 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 bullshit. You sit down, and when you talk to God, you can let all of that out. He'll listen. Or if you don't believe in it, fair enough. But just talk it out at least. You know what I mean? Do something good for you. This isn't just about the gym. Because all of these little habits that you're doing in your life, right? They all take a little amount of effect. Like the smallest incremental effect, they build up slowly, and they keep building up until you convince yourself that you're not good enough to do something, or you have some sort of stupid limiting belief, or they make you feel so much like shit. But in that moment, because you get that pleasure, just that tiny bit of pleasure that can keep you hooked on, you're content, you're satisfied. But if you could just believe me when I say the satisfaction that you get when you put on the working weight on top of, your set. You put on that weight on the barbell and you're lifting it, and you listen to that music, and all that's playing in your mind is all the bullshit you put yourself through and how much you pretty much abused yourself for years. And you're almost about to cry, but you just take it out on the weights, and you feel yourself getting stronger. And after that hard set, doesn't matter about what the fatigue bros say, you push yourself till failure. You give it everything you got. You're not just building muscle. You're building a level of mental strength that is going to translate into other aspects of your life. You're building discipline that transfers to other aspects of your life. You're building respect for yourself and building yourself up. Quite literally, you are building the muscle tissue in your body, and you are growing into yourself. You are getting bigger. You are feeling healthier. And because you have now grown a little bit of fangs, you're going to respect yourself a little bit more. And you understand that other people should too. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. That's not up to you. But guess what? You're going to tolerate a lot less bullshit because of it. You know, you might be listening to this right now, sitting down on your couch. If you are, or whatever you're doing, use the momentum that you might be feeling in this video, put on your shoes, get in your car, listen to this, and drive your ass to the gym. Because you're not feeling like shit, because you're thinking about how, you know, the gym's gonna be hard and it's gonna be painful and it's gonna suck. You're feeling like shit because of what you're doing right now. Do you understand? That's why you're feeling like shit, because let's be honest, let's really think. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. You have not done the habits that would make you feel better to even know if they're going to make you feel better to begin with or not. You're just assuming that it's going to make you feel like shit because you might have to, you know, try a little bit more. But guess what? If you keep doing what you're doing, you're not going to feel like you earned any of the pleasure that you're earning right now. And that's what sucks about it. It's right at the tip of your fingers, and because you can just keep at it and keep at it and keep at it, you don't feel like you've accomplished anything when you earn that. It's unearned. You know what I mean? You didn't deserve it. And listen, again, I'm not saying change all your life around all at once, because that's another lie your brain will try to give you to convince you to go all in. And when you do, it's going to be too much for you to bear all at once. And then you decide, I'm going to quit. Because it was too much. It's too much. Shit, I was asking for too much. I had to give up too much, Shay. Shit, I had to go to the gym for 3 hours and then do a whole cardio session. I couldn't play my video games. I couldn't do anything. It was too much. And then it was asking me to change all my diet. I'm not asking you to do all of that. Just a little bit, bro. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, and tell me how you feel. Just one little walk for 5 minutes outside. Just, you know, 1 minute of meditation. Just, you know, 1 minute of sitting down in a dimmed room with your lights off and just being honest with yourself and saying how you feel to God. Just 5 or 10 push-ups. Just something small, you know, nothing crazy, nothing out of the blue, nothing that forces you to change your life so completely that you decide, you know, it's like saying you're gonna go to the gym and you're gonna bench 400 pounds first day. See how ridiculous you sound when you say that out loud, right? It sounds fucking stupid. Because it is. That's that fine balance between realizing you can be better, but you're also not a robot. You're a human being. You know what I mean? And when you start to do that, when you start to leverage your mental health a little bit, you know what I mean? You're going to feel a whole lot better, because now you get to do the gaslighting to your brain instead of it gaslighting you back. You know what I mean? Like putting you in false binaries where it tells you do one thing or the other, or we're not going to do anything at all. Go to the gym or don't. You know, go all in or don't go all in, and or we're not going to. You know, if that approach works for some of you, then do it. By all means, try it out. But if it's failed, then start off a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. You know. Leverage it. Leverage your mental health. If it's bad, okay, cool. Your brain's gonna tell you, oh, you have bad mental health. All these things are gonna be harder to do. Some of the worst mental health I've ever had in my life is when I had the gym, and it's the only thing that helped me like literally cling on. And after the gym, I started off building a little bit of better habits, like waking up early. I'll be honest, and real, I still struggle with that. Sometimes I can't, you know, get myself to wake up early. My sleep's a little bit messed up here and there. But when I do stuff like this, that's when I really feel good. I feel alive. Like just the little things. I really just think about it, right? And I think, what made me feel good? What kind of routine would I have that would make me feel good and would help me lessen the friction to doing some of the harder stuff that is genuinely hard? Like maybe it is hard to go to the gym, right? Maybe it is. But guess what makes it even harder? When you put yourself through bullshit constantly. Of course you're not going to want to go as soon as, that girl that, you were texting doesn't text you back within the 5-10 minute rule, whatever you set for yourself. Oh, I'm not going to text her back till a while because I want to look busy. How about you actually get fucking busy? I apologize for my profanity, astaghfirullah. That was very uncalled for, not very classy of me. But like I said, you texted that girl, she didn't text back. You decide to hop on the game, sort of get your headspace out of that. But now you stayed up a little too late, and now you're a little tired. So now you don't got two things going for you. Now you wake up a little bit late, and the day is sort of over, and you still feel a little tired because, you didn't sleep when your body told you wanted to sleep. And now those little things just added up to add a little bit more friction to finally you saying, no, I'm not gonna make a better decision for, and who blames you? Anybody in that position would be less likely to go. I'm not saying everybody, because at a certain point you build up a certain amount of discipline where you're just like, I'm gonna go. This is literally a part of my health routine. I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't go. Okay? Which arguably also may not be the most healthy thing, but guess what? I would prefer that as opposed to being on the other side. You don't even realize it because all you see on social media is, how big, or, all the flexing of the physique and all this shit. You know what I mean? That's all you see. That's all you see. So I can't blame you when you think this is just a physical thing that happens. This is not physical. Do you understand? You go through something here, you go through something here. And that's only something you can experience once you go through it. That's it. So I want you to start off little by little and really think about what's making you feel like shit. Because guess what? The only thing that you've done is shit that a degenerate would do, which is making you feel like garbage. And then you've convinced yourself that this future version of me is unattainable because somehow the habits involving in it, people have convinced me that they're hard, they're rigorous. And yeah, maybe they are. But maybe the habits that I'm also doing right now make it way harder for me to want to even consider to doing them to begin with. So maybe I start slow. So maybe I start to pray a little bit. So maybe I'm a little bit honest with myself and honest with God. And maybe I can let out my emotions a little bit, have God soften my heart because, people have convinced me that emotions are a bad thing. Maybe I can meditate a little bit just to clear my mind so that I don't scroll endlessly every single goddamn day. And then maybe I can wake up a little bit earlier, just look at the sun, stay outside a little bit, enjoy some of that tea that I like, or some of that coffee, and just breathe in the fresh air, just close my eyes, no nothing, no music, no anything, just sit in the silence. And then maybe because I'm doing that and it's having a positive benefit here, and I'm actually liking and enjoying my day, I might consider doing that hard thing, which is going to the gym. Because now, yeah, maybe it does feel a little bit less difficult. Maybe it is still difficult, fair enough. We all gotta start somewhere, build up that discipline. Okay, if it's still difficult, maybe I shouldn't do a 2-hour workout because that's unnecessary as hell, and I know I'm gonna quit if I stay too consistent on that. Maybe I start off with, let me tell you what, 5-10 minutes. Oh, but brain, it's gonna think, oh, there's no ROI. You spend 5-10 minutes getting to the gym. You're just gonna stay there for 10 minutes? Oh, that's it? Don't go at all. No, don't do that. No, do that. That's gonna be your brain trying to talk you out of it again. That's exactly what you gotta do. You gotta go 5-10 minutes, that's it. You see one of those machines, You look it up on YouTube, you learned how to do one machine that day. Congratulations. That's all you needed. You're one step closer to getting jacked now. You're one step closer to growing into yourself. You're one step closer to respecting yourself and not talking to some individual because they decided, you know what I mean, I'm just gonna keep you as an option to the side and I'm gonna disrespect you. You decided you're not gonna stay up late hella playing video games, even if you enjoy to, even if that's who you are. Yeah, you play a little bit, you enjoy it with your homies, you're having a good time. And then you decide, you know what, I still wanna feel good about my life. So I sleep a little bit in. I sleep in and I wake up again and I feel good. And I can still do some of the enjoyable stuff that is me, that I find enjoyable. But I moderate it a little bit because if I get carried away, guess what? I get sucked into that hole again. I get sucked back into that lifestyle. And then I'm having to build it all back up again. Start small. Start small. Pay close attention to the lies that your mind tells you because it'll do anything it can, even contradict itself, to keep you away from doing something that might be good for you. That's all I got. Peace.